and I have sister companies underneath it. We have Mystical Earth School on Patreon, and we have mysticalsisters.com. And that's mystical with a K. And there's all kinds of amazing products that I have personally created, and my team has personally created, and my friends, and we have all kinds of things that are coming over there. So please check it out. You might find some stuff that you really enjoy, and I've really enjoyed making them. I have created my own perfume. I love it very much, obviously. And there is a goddess perfume coming in just a few short days to a week that has been in the works. So, how have you guys been? I'm sitting here shuffling cards, and I want to talk to you guys. How have you been? Are you guys doing okay in these energies? They are all shifting very quickly. We have a lot going on over the next few days and weeks, and the energies are going to get a little wonky. Things are going to be changing for the majority of us, and more for you if you have not yet learned to love yourself and to calm your own waters. And even for the ones that have, it's really rough right now. The the energy is rough. Um, so yeah, I hope you are all doing well. I really do. For me, it's been rough. I am going to be very transparent. I'm going to try to be very transparent in things going forward also, more than normal. I try to be very forthcoming in what is going on in my world or when I channel, and I have been getting lots of messages, but I've also been told to hold off on sending them out right now. And that's a very hard place to be in, a holding status when you have things to get out. So things have been rough for me. As most of you may know, and some of you may not, I am a Scorpio rising. I have an Aquarius sun, Leo moon. And with the transits and the things that have been going on, there's been some rocky roads for me. There are days in the last month or so that I had to force myself to get out of bed. And I want to explain this to you guys because I want you to understand that no matter where you are at on your journey, there will still be those days where you just can't get up out of bed and things don't make sense, and you've done this healing and you've worked hard, and still here you are. You're still feeling the same thing. What I have noticed is that I do transmute it a lot faster. And I'm learning new ways of transmuting. The ways that I used to be able to transmute isn't working for me right now. There has been an upgrade in my DNA, an upgrade in my soul, so the way that I do things are changing also. We've had, I've had some issues with a few of my children that had, when I thought about being a mom, which I started thinking about being a mom very early in life, it was the one thing that I knew I wanted to do above all things was to be a mother. It's what I wanted. And I got that. After doctors told me I could never get pregnant and the scar tissue, I would probably never have children. That's on them. I had 5. But it took a while. And I had this mindset of the mother I was going to be and the love I wanted to give them and the life I wanted them to have. And I strive very hard to do that. But as children get older and they have their own mindset, my thoughts of being the perfect mother and learning that there is no such thing and to love myself through every mistake that I have made, and not so much mistakes, but things that I wish I would have done different had I been in a different place in my healing process. So it's caused waves in my oldest child, and it has been a long 10 months for me of being broken down by that, and understanding that not only was my life meant to let go of things, let go of the past, let go of the hurt, let go of my childhood abuse, let go of my adult abuse, let go of people that no longer serve me. I never thought in a million years one of those lessons would be having to let go of my child. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my child very much. I will always be his mother. But I can no longer be made to feel like I'm unworthy because I am my own worst enemy. There's nothing that anyone can say to me that I haven't already thought of myself. So he's in a place where he doesn't want me around, and I'm learning to live with that. We see life on very different perspectives. He does have some mental issues that wasn't caught early enough, and I have severe CPTSD due to childhood and adult trauma. So I'm hoping in the future that I will be able to have that with him, but right now I'm not. And so it was a few years that he was out of my life, that he didn't let me know where he was and what he was doing. And then 10 months ago, he came back in for my help, but he was under psychosis, and I did a video on that. And it was very hard on me and my husband, and we've took it very hard because we love our children very much. I live for my children, almost to a fault. To a fault. I stopped loving myself to love them, and I had to learn how to re-parent myself, how to re-love myself, how to grow, how to heal from the pain, and it hasn't always been fun. With that being said, I have 4 other children, and my 16-year-old right now is having a really rough time with his gifts. He's a very strong, powerful empath in medium, and he takes on everyone else's pain, being friends of his or his girlfriend and things he can't control. So he's having a lot of anger outbursts, and I'm trying to help him learn how to control himself and understand that he can't change everything. You know, one of the things I had to learn is that I can help someone as much as I possibly can, but unless they want it, it isn't going to matter. And this is what I'm trying to help him with. And he has a lot of hurt over his older brother and the way that he watched things go down last summer. So it's just been a really strange place for me in learning how to let go and know that it's okay to not be in control and to not know what the next phase is going to be. And for me, it's been difficult, like I said. So I haven't been on here as much as I would have liked, and I was also stopped from being on here from Spirit, from my team. I have been working behind the scenes on products and the other businesses, but I had to put me being in front on YouTube a little behind things because I had to put my own happiness and health first. So that's a little bit of what's been going on. Last week, my husband had a heart attack, and he was going to the light. He was at peace, and I brought in what I have learned is that my gifts, my strongest gifts comes from my soul. And when my soul cries a certain cry, all angels show up and I feel them. And this has happened when my son had his drowning and when different other things has happened in my life. So I was crying that soul cry, and he is fine. He's okay. He's getting better. I have put my energy into healing him, and I've had to learn, like I said, a new way of transmuting. So I'm trying to figure out how I let that all go right now. And if there's any of you that are going through stuff with your children, or things just seem so out of sorts, but also where they're supposed to be, this oxymoron, reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. I understand where you're at right now, and with the transits going on and Pluto going into Aquarius, and that's a 20-year cycle, and we're leaving a cycle that most of us have become accustomed to living in. Things are going to change. I had told my husband for months that this was going to happen in his everyday life of the sixth house and of his health. And he needed to, take an account of that and start taking care of himself. And we were going through all these things with our children, and the stress just got the best of both of us. And I've had several heart attacks in my 30s. Stress can truly kill you. But it was his first, and it was just stress related that we can't save the people, the children, these beings that we love the most. We have to let them learn their own lessons. And as a parent, if you're a parent out there, you know how hard that is, to watch them fall and watch them, their opinions be different and all those things. Because my 16-year-old had a pretty bad meltdown for about 3 days. And it was rough, and it was because he wasn't getting any sleep. He was worrying about too many other people's issues because that's who he is in his heart. And so we had to be there, and it was hard. It was really hard on us. So then right after that, my husband had the heart attack. So, to say that it has been chaos would be an understatement. But yet I sit back and I look at my life, and I can tell anybody every day long, if you know astrology, Scorpio risings are all about death and transformation and dying to self and rebuilding. And I have done this for 47 years. I'm 47 years on this planet, and I don't remember a time where my life wasn't being changed. When I was younger, it was abuse. It was mental, physical, sexual, all those. And as I've got older, I get little bitty glimpses of peace, and then the next thing will come in. And when it's not about my family that I've created, it's me helping other people. And that is a constant. I may get a month, and then there will be something major that I have to help someone else transmute. And that is my journey. I don't get a choice not to do it. I could, but that doesn't work either. Trust me, I've tried. For me, it's my journey. So I'm also, helping people, and like I always have. I'm just Stacy, and there's parts of me that are still broken. There's parts of me that are still working really hard to heal. And yes, there's people who very much look up to me and call me when they need stuff, and I'm there to help them, and I can do that on a dime. And then I have to step back and be like, okay, it's time for you to love yourself and take care of you. Just like I'm trying to show my son how to do. I have to take my own advice in so many different ways. Being a Heyoka empath and seeing souls, and my gifts, all of my spiritual gifts that have come from God consciousness of unconditional love, and being on this planet at this time where it is slowly but surely coming down, like I've said many, many times before. My heart just hurts for so many things. And sometimes I'm like, if I could just, what was I thinking when I signed up? What was God thinking when he gave me all this? You know, I'm overwhelmed. I need to step back. And then I get reminded by someone at a grocery store or the doctor's office today that my words are important. And maybe they're not for everybody. And maybe you don't understand me. Or maybe you can't relate. But I promise you, if you had more than a few minutes with me, we would relate. We would relate. I am just this regular, smegular person who's had to put herself together and pick myself up and break it back down and put it back together. I've had divorces. I have all the regular things you guys and everyone else has to go through in life. I just don't have any choice to give up. I don't have the choice to give up. And there are days where I just want to give up. I don't know if y'all feel this way sometimes, and I'm sure you do, but it's like, can I just give up? Can all of this just stop? Do I have to be the person who feels my heart getting broken every time I know that people come into your life for a day, a week, a month, a year, and I can help heal them, and I show them how to walk this walk, and I try my best, and sometimes I'm just their catalyst, and I end up being the person that they despise, and that's painful. It's like cycles, and I am so looking forward to hoping that the next cycle, when Pluto leaves Capricorn, where my Mercury and my Venus is, where I have been felt like I have to transform what I speak, and now it goes into my home and my family, but my son is there also, that maybe I will be able to shine with all the knowledge that I have, that I'll be able to share it more beautifully so people can understand it better or understand me better. I don't ask much from anyone. All I'm asking is to give me a chance. Give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance to see how you need to grow, how you need to love yourself, how you can love yourself better. Give me a chance to walk beside you, because I would love that. A lot of my life I felt alone and very misunderstood. And I see it happening all over the place. My kids will bring people to me that they feel are broken or lost, or their parents, this, that, and the other.